All right, get this. Imagine a real estate company, right, where the CEO is an architect, but not just any architect. This architect also happens to be an electrical engineer.
Wow. That's
Yeah, that's Great Minds Shelter in a nutshell. And today, we're taking you on a deep dive into their world.
it's an intriguing combo, isn't it? Not your
Right
typical
there.
real estate background.
Right. Talk about multidisciplinary.
Makes you wonder what kind of perspective he brings to the table.
But let's back up a bit. For context, Great Minds Shelter is a full-service real estate company. They're operating primarily in Abuja, Nigeria.
Okay.
Their website emphasizes a few things, like client satisfaction, achieving property goals, and they say they really value teamwork, quality, integrity, and innovation, too.
All those words sound good on paper, but we see those buzzwords a lot in real estate.
For
The
sure.
real question is, do their actions match their mission statement?
Exactly. So let's dig into what they actually do.
Yeah, let's see it.
Their service list is surprisingly extensive. Construction, consultancy, property development.
Sales, marketing, they even offer landscaping and electrical engineering.
That's quite a range. It suggests they're not just catering to individual home buyers,
Right.
but potentially to larger development projects as well.
Interesting.
That makes them a one-stop shop for all things real estate, which could be very appealing to busy investors.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it also makes you wonder, can they truly maintain high quality across such a broad scope?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Are they masters of all trades?
Yeah.
Or are they spreading themselves too thin?
Right.
And speaking of spreading out, geographically, they seem laser-focused on Abuja,
Okay.
specifically mentioning areas like Asokoro, Matama, Katampe, Dawaki, and Idu.
And knowing a bit about these areas can give us more clues about Great Mind Shelter's target market and strategy. These neighborhoods are known for being affluent and well-established, attracting a mix of established families and investors. Okay, so they're working in some prime Abuja real estate. But who are the faces behind the name? Of course, we have ARC, Ola Doten, the multi-talented CEO.
Right.
But they also have a whole roster of real estate agents.
Okay.
Miss Faith Adebawo, Mr. Ola Kazim, Miss Ronke Oloida, and several others.
And this is where it gets interesting. They don't just list their agents by name. Each one is showcased on their website with a dedicated profile highlighting their expertise.
Oh, interesting.
This ties back into their emphasis on personalized service and teamwork.
It does make you think they're aiming for that boutique, client-focused approach. Like, we're not just a faceless agency. We have experts who specialize and work together to help you achieve your goals.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I noticed they're currently running a 50% discount on estate plots.
That definitely caught my eye, too. Now, discounts can be tempting. I'll admit I've fallen for my fair share. But it's always wise to approach them with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Right.
Are they offering genuine value, or is this a tactic to lure in unsuspecting buyers? It's a question worth pondering.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like that old saying, if it sounds too good to be true.
Right.
But then again,
Yeah.
maybe it's a fantastic opportunity.
You never know.
It's all part of the intrigue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which brings us to their online presence. The first place most people go to size up a company these days. They got the usual suspects, a website, Facebook, Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
even a YouTube channel.
And their website does provide a decent overview, I'd say. You can find information about their services, meet the team, and get a general feel for their brand.
Okay.
But here's where my inner skeptic starts waving red flags again.
Okay.
While they talk a big game about client satisfaction and impressive projects,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot of substance to back it up.
Interesting.
Where are the case studies? Client testimonials? Detailed project portfolios?
You know,
It feels a little light on proof, wouldn't you say?
it does make you wonder. Is it a case of style over substance? Or maybe they're just like intentionally keeping things close to the vest?
It's possible.
It's a bit of a head scratcher,
Right.
but hey,
Yeah.
maybe that's the point, right? Pique your curiosity enough to make you want to dig deeper.
Exactly. And that's where your own research comes in.
Yeah.
This deep dive is just the tip of the iceberg, really.
Right.
What can you uncover online that either supports the image Great Minds Shelter is presenting or paints a different picture?
Okay.
Are there online reviews, news articles, forum discussions?
So it's like we're handing you the detective's magnifying glass at this point.
Precisely. Look for inconsistencies, compare their claims with what you find elsewhere, and, most importantly, trust your gut. Does something feel off?
Yeah.
Are there more questions than answers? Those are important signals, too.
So to recap, Great Minds Shelter, they're like the real estate multi-tool of Abuja. They've got a CEO with an incredibly diverse background, a team that seems to be big on personalized service, and a service list that goes on and on.
It does, but, and this is a big, but the details remain fuzzy.
Yeah.
That discount, while tempting, raises some eyebrows. Their online presence is a bit of a mixed bag, heavy on style but light on substance. And let's be honest, we're relying on them to tell us how client-focused they truly are.
Which ultimately leads us back to that million-dollar question. Are they masters of the Abuja real estate universe, or are they biting off more than they can chew?
That's the million-dollar question indeed.
Yeah.
And that, my friend, is what makes this whole deep dive so fascinating. We've laid out the puzzle pieces, but how they all fit together well, that's for you to decide.
It really is a real estate riddle, like you said, wrapped in a shiny website, isn't it? And sometimes those are the most fun to unravel. You start digging and you never know what you might find.
Exactly. And, it makes you think about the bigger picture here.
Okay.
Could Great Minds Shelter be, indicative of a larger trend we're seeing in the Abuja real estate market? Are we seeing a shift towards this, multidisciplinary, client-centric approach? Or are they an outlier trying something completely different?
That's a fascinating question to consider. And ultimately, it's up to you, our listener, to draw your own conclusions. We've given you a glimpse behind the curtain at Great Mind Shelter,
We have.
their strengths, their potential weaknesses, and the questions that remain unanswered.
We've equipped you with the information and hopefully sparked your curiosity to, delve a little deeper.
Yeah.
What else can you uncover about this company and the Abuja real estate landscape as a whole?
This deep dive might be ending, but the investigation doesn't have to stop here. Fire up those search engines, explore those social media feeds, see what other clues you can unearth.
And hey,
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe your findings will inspire our next deep dive.
I love that. All right, until then.
Until then,
Happy exploring, everyone.
happy exploring.